Phitidis, co-founder of Aurik and a best-selling author, is renowned for his captivating storytelling drawn from over 25 years of empowering entrepreneurs. Known for helping businesses become assets of value, Pavlo is a leading voice on growth and resilience. He will be presenting his keynote, the Namibian Business Big 5, the forces of change that can drive your growth. That's at the Nedbank Future of Business conference. Pavlo, welcome, and thank you so much for taking time to speak to us today.
Thank you, Adora. It's lovely to be in studio with you.
Your bio highlights 25 years of experience working with hundreds of entrepreneurs. Could you share a bit about what initially drew you to the world of business acceleration and supporting other entrepreneurs?
You know, I guess it all begins really with a couple of things. The first is how you come into the world of business. In my instance, Adora, I had a real gift. And the gift was stupidity. And the reason I say that is because as a youngster, in my first job, which lasted about 9 months, I came across a business for sale. And I bought the business. It was bought from 3 gentlemen, all in their 60s, me at the age of 22, and I proudly took the keys over, only to discover that I owed over 480,000 American dollars of debt. I had been conned. And when you are stupid, you believe you can do anything. So it's a fantastic quality to have in the early stages of your career. 5 years later, thankfully, I sold the business successfully. The banks offered me a second business, this time with $380,000, $360,000 of debt, managed to turn it around and sell it. After that, I'd burnt out. And in having burnt out, I then went to the US and spent 5 years buying and selling companies on behalf of people and companies themselves. And what I learned from those 2 experiences, in the first case, the way that you build a business to generate income is very different to how you build a business to ensure that of a day you can one day sell the business. In other words, create capital. I then realized that the big missing gap was that for most of us in business, we are so focused on making and generating income that seldom do we ever enjoy the opportunity to get a return after 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in exiting the business. And as a problem for an entrepreneur, that's what got me into business, solving exactly that conundrum.
We're looking forward to hear more of that. But for now, you're known for your dramatized storytelling, and just like you did now, which makes complex business concepts resonate on a deeply human level. What's the power behind this approach, and why do you find it so effective in inspiring audiences?
Well, you know, business is about people, and real people all have stories. And the one thing that happens when you talk about a business or about how to grow a business or fix a business or improve a business or change a business in a world of constant change, which you have to be able to do effectively in especially my role, I have found the best way to do it is to tell the story of the many, many business owners I've met. Because in that audience sees themselves and suddenly realizes they're not alone, and suddenly realizes that many other people from right around the world who've got similar aspirations and dreams and similar passions and want to build beautiful businesses are going through the same journey. And the moment you feel that you are part of a tribe, then all of a sudden, your ears open, your heart opens, your mind opens, and through that, the insights on what you can do differently to get a better result then become memorable and accessible.
Just before you give us too much, today at the Nedbank Future of Business conference, you'll be presenting the Namibian Business Big 5, the forces of change that can drive your growth. Can you give our listeners a sneak peek into what these big 5 forces of change are and why they're particularly crucial for Namibian businesses?
Gosh, change is relentless and it comes from three places. It comes from external factors. So if you think now, the biggest, most contentious external factor is all around trade wars, the Trump era of tariffs, amongst other things. It comes from internal factors in the business. As the business grows, so too does complexity grow. It becomes harder to manage. It becomes more complicated. As you employ more people, it becomes more of a challenge to organize people. And then the third force of change is you change. With every year that goes by, or every incident, or every success, or every failure, something in the family might result in you changing your mind about your own future. And in those forces of change, very specifically centered on Namibia, I can see the five big factors. Number one, you need to be able to build your business to allow you to manage change, not be the, let's say, victim of change. So you need to build a business that can largely operate without you. You need to be leading it, not doing it. Number two, Namibia is a relatively small market. How do we build a business in a small market to enter into global markets and expand our opportunities? Number three, environmental sustainability is a big topic globally. And you'll be surprised, despite the fact that the current Trump narrative argues that it is a hoax. So many companies in America, in Europe, in Southeast Asia have already made deep investments into, for example, ESG-related engagement. We are so well positioned in Namibia to enjoy that. Number four, you've got to embrace tech. Tech is what takes you into the center of the world. And then finally, number five, we need to learn how to collaborate and partner. Because I promise you, Adora, there are big things coming into Namibia through oil and gas, through hydrogen, amongst others. The US Embassy is one of the biggest investments in an embassy made globally in Namibia. That sends a big signal that there are big things ahead for Namibia. And where big business goes, their big suppliers follow. If we learn how to collaborate with those big suppliers, we can make sure we are included in the value chain of those big projects rather than excluded.
Absolutely profound. As co-founder of Aurik, you help owners transform ventures into assets of value. For a business owner listening right now, what's one foundational step they can take towards building an asset of value in their own company?
Well, look, an asset of value is really a business design. It's the way you organize and engineer your business. If you think about it, as an engineer, if you're going to build a bridge, the first thing you need to decide is what kind of bridge is it? Is it for pedestrians, or is it for trains, or is it for cars? Once you're clear on what you want to build in the future, you then create an engineering blueprint, a design. And from there, the very next day, you start to perform the activities to bring that design to life. As a business owner, from an asset of value perspective, you need to decide, why do you do what you do? And for many, in fact, for all of us, we do it in order to generate income. We need to be able to put food on the table for ourselves, for our family. We need to be able to employ people, put food on the table for their families. And for that, we need a business that can create income, revenue, and profit. But at the same time, how do we build a business to ensure that after the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years that we might be operating the business, investing in it constantly in order to adapt for change, sacrificing hours and hours and hours away from family in the business? How do we ensure that on the final day, should we exit, and inevitably we all have to, we can exit for a big capital gain? 94.6% of companies started closed, and they closed because they can't be sold. That capital exit is what creates wealth over and above income. It's what gives you a return on those 30 or 40 years of constant sacrifice. So make a decision. Do you want to build a business for income? Do you want to build a business for wealth? I argue your decision should be, I want both. And that's what an asset of value delivers.
Absolutely. Now, you're the best-selling author of Sweat, Scale, Sell, and not forgetting Reset, Rebuild, and Reignite. For those inspired by your insights today, where can our listeners find your powerful talks, learn more about your work, or get their hands on your best-selling books?
Oh, well, that's really very kind of you to ask. Thank you. So we have our offices at Unit 23, Bergen Villiers, and 78 Sam Enjoyment Drive in Windhoek. But also we have a website at www.aurik.com. I have a LinkedIn page. My name is such a mouthful as it is. But if you type in Pavlo plus Aurik, you'll find either me or my LinkedIn profile there. I produce a weekly newsletter, which is a 2 to 3 to 4 minute video. And Adora, what's cool about this is I travel, we do business in the US, in the UK, Northern Europe, Australia, Singapore, Southern Africa. I travel extensively and I meet business owners every day. Every time I walk into that meeting, yes, they learn something from me. Equally, I learn something from them. And I take that new knowledge and I share it in a 3-4 minute video called This Week at Work, so that wherever you are in the world, you can get an insight into business growth and value from a business owner attempting to achieve it. Absolutely. And then finally, we've got the online booksellers. We've got Takealot, Amazon, Audible. If you prefer listening, you'll get access to all of it there.
Pavlo, thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to hear more from you as the day progresses.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. And to all business owners out there, keep your chin up, put your best foot forward, come to the event, meet, greet, let's have a conversation, and you'll meet and greet others having similar conversations. You can only walk out with new insight, new knowledge, and new inspiration.
Join the Future of Business Conference on the 21st of August. That's at Drombos to dive deeper into these topics and future-proof your business. Tickets are now available. That's at myeticket.na for more details. You're more than welcome to head on over. That's to thefutureofbusiness.com.na for all the nitty-gritties. From me, Adora, see you soon.